Alrighty, what is good? Today, honestly, you know, I'm unsure if we'll see a sell, and I'll get into why. So, we're still daily bullish, and 4 hour is still bearish order flow, but the 1 hour is bullish. Everything else is bullish, right? Which is fine. Now, my bias is short for today. Simply for the reason, we're in this like accumulation zone. So if you look on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, price has just been accumulating, right? Now we're making a move up. We've got previous day New York session high and previous day high from London session. That looks like we're about to take out. We've already took it out on ES. So if we have a look here on ES, it's already taken it out. We're getting an SMT forming off NQ, which is great. What I'd then be looking to see is for an SMT based on the pre-market highs. So since we're climbing at new highs for the day, we've got ES here. So what I would do is I'd be marking out these highs and waiting for them to get taken out again by one and not the other. Preferably Nasdaq forms an SMT again, so ES takes out even more highs, NQ doesn't, and then we start getting our reaction down, which is great. And maybe we can even take out one of these as well. Previous day New York session high would be great. I think it was, yeah. So, and then I would be targeting all this. There's quite a lot of low resistance liquidity here, and now if we don't get an SMT, that's okay. I'd still be open to entering on, even if it's just a liquidity sweep. Like I said, we've got this low resistance, we've got London lows, and then we also have equal lows at previous day low and Asia lows. Now for Asia lows to not take out that gives me quite a bit of confidence. However, we did take it out previous day low during Asia's session on ES, so we did create an SMT off that. But if NQ is showing selling a bearish power for sellers, then I could see that happening basically. It's not I'm not looking too much into it. Like I said, I've got a bias. Technically longs could definitely play out too, but it would be like you'd need to come and see these London lows swept or more, or even like pre-market lows could get swept as well, which wouldn't be too bad. And then there's no 1 hour fair value gaps or anything to be sponsored by. So for me, yeah, the reason I quite like this is because we've still got a 4 hour fair value gap here that's being respected. So if we took out these highs, we just fill up more of this imbalance, and then we can respect that. So we're still somewhat sponsored by something for the session, which is cool. And same on ES. Look, we're within this 4 hour fair value gap. We respected it, traded back out of it. But yeah, we're already taking out these highs. Looks like we're climbing higher and higher. But I think NQ is struggling to move. There we go. Previous day New York session high just got hit, and we're 9 minutes from market open. So this is ideally we wouldn't want this happening until New York open, which is a shame. But like our live test from last week, we already had an SMT based on pre-market. So I just have to be open to what we can get. But yeah, I'll be back when market opens and hopefully something happens. Well, I don't know if that's I don't know if that is maybe the biggest liquidity sweep I've seen on market open in recent time, or if we're ready to keep making moves up. Look how close we are to all-time highs now. I think we're about to break structure, so we could get a continuation model going on from this. So yeah, just have to see what market gives. I would probably look for a 15 or 5 minute fair value gap, and then yeah, that's about it really. I mean, let's look at I haven't looked at ES yet. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I don't know, whichever one gives a better setup, I suppose. So we'll just have to scale down. Just wait it out really. I mean, I'm gonna wait for macro to enter anyway, because we could make this fair value gap and then fill this 5 minute fair value gap or bomb back down. Because if we reject this 4 hour candle now, like if we refuse to break structure to the upside and we come back underneath this previous day New York session high, then I would definitely be looking for shorts, because that's just one hell of a liquidity sweep. But I highly doubt it. We are trending bullish on mostly everything, so yeah, it would seem kind of stupid to go against that. I mean, it's not even like we've tagged it and come back down. We've really broke through it and making moves now. So yeah, happily flip bias to longs, but just got to wait for the macro now. So 100% looks like a continuation model today, which is totally okay. I'm down for this. We can easily target these all-time highs, and on ES we've got 4 hour highs to hit here, so I can start marking these out. So there's 1, there's 2. Totally happy for this. Yeah, if we break structure, we're like bullish on everything again, which is, yeah, it's bullish day, man. For me, I would call it free money. Now we can still lose a trade even on a winning bias, but yeah, we'll just have to mark out now. For me, the more interesting one is going to be the 15 minute fair value gap, which will be past 3 p.m. So it's whether I want to wait for that. Now we do have 5 minute fair value gaps. We have this big one from market open, which I am interested in. So I can start marking out these little bits. So we've got that, and then we've got another little one here. Now my idea is to see if we have any 1 minute lows. Like, so here we have 1 minute lows, and SMT off those would be absolutely great. So yeah, I'm gonna start marking these out. I also have no idea what this is. What is it called? Fixed range volume profile. What is this? Okay, I've never seen. I do not know what that is. I don't know why. Okay, there it is. I need to unfavorite it because I do not remember favoriting it. Okay, so yeah, it's it can be a pretty successful day today. We just got to be patient. Like I said, that 15 minute fair value gap is going to be the one that most interests me when it forms eventually. So if we can, because if the thing is, this 5 minute fair value gap from market open is also going to be part of this 15 minute fair value gap. And why that interests me is because it'll overlap, so it's a really good retrace point for one to hit, not ES to hit. So an SMT based on the fair value gap, because people think SMTs are just based on lows, like, oh, one takes out the low and sweeps liquidity, one doesn't. And it can be used for anything. It can be used for order blocks for fair value gaps, so where one taps the fair value gap and the other, the corresponding pair doesn't. So we can totally see this play out, which is absolutely great for us. So yeah, I'm probably going to wait for this 15 minute crossed over with this 5 minute. I mean, we do have another 5 minute here, which I'm going to mark out, because originally, because the overlap, I was going to say I want to see them both hit, but because it's this little one here, we might only get a tap into this one. So I've got to be prepared for this. And then, like I said, we've got 1 minute lows. Let's just mark out the relevant information that we need first. So there we go. So here we go. So let's mark out these 1 minute lows that I was talking about. So NQ only had the 1 minute lows here at, where are we talking? 241. So if we have a look here, 241, where are you? There you go. And what's good about these 1 minute lows is that they correspond in the fact that the fair value gaps are right below. So this is really good, because if we see one come and take out these 1 minute lows and enter the fair value gaps, and then the other pair doesn't, that is really good confluence for me to then go long. And like I said, you know, hopefully it might look something like this, where we enter somewhere around here. I mean, if it was this first one, there you go, 1 to 3.6 for the first take profit, and then it would be 1 to 4 for the rest. Now I'd probably just set my stop loss to break even at that point, and just let it ride. Now for NQ, I do not know. Oh, I didn't even put the, is that where all-time highs are? Oh right, we're already really close to all-time highs. The only other thing as well is that we could, like, literally, I mean, it's very unlikely, but we could also just bomb, like, in the next 10 minutes. Because look, how fast we made this move up, we can also just as quickly come down and reject the 4 hour, which if it did, that's a perfect chance for a 5 minute inverse fair value gap entry into shorts. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm just keeping an open mind with this. But right now I'm focused on what we need to hit. I mean, it looks like we'll probably get an SMT off all-time highs here, because ES isn't quite near them yet. But yeah, I'm just going to delete this for now. So, and I just want to see what the trade is going to look a bit different on NQ, because look, we're already at all-time highs. So even if we come up, we sweep here, let's say we got an entry somewhere around here, if it was like this, I mean 1 to 2, that's not bad. That's actually not bad at all. But what we then want to do is we want to target external pricing, where price might go. So we can use, there you go, 23,200 as another point, because if you can see these all-time highs over here, they reacted off 23,100. So more than likely it will climb to 150, it might do a little reaction, and then 200 it will react again. So yeah, it's definitely a continuation retrace day in my opinion now, given that we're 9 minutes from the 4 hour close and we're about to break structure to the upside. Now why I'm glad about this as well is because if I hadn't have got this top step account in time, I say in time, but if I hadn't have done this, I would have had a totally different bias, and here's why. Because the chart on my CFD chart on my MetaTrader 5, right? The 4 hour close is an hour before, so this closes at 2 o'clock, 30 minutes before market open, where the futures one closes 30 minutes after market open on the 4 hour. So it's a total change in order flow, because technically speaking, we haven't got a break. I mean, we got a breaker structure on the NQ, but we didn't get one on ES. Now, technically speaking, that could be valid for a liquidity sweep and reaction back down, but futures data is much more accurate. So yeah, I'm really glad I've got this data now to work with, because yeah, what have we done here on ES? We've just tagged our first take profit that we would have used, but it's just made equal highs rather than taking it out. We're very close to it, so I think we'll just tag it and overtake it, unless price wants to react down, and then we start seeing this okay, maybe seeing some reactions now. So yeah, if price can start moving down and we can get some form of SMT, that would be great. And yeah, 4 hour is undoubtedly gonna break to the upside, because look, there's, for market to bomb all the way down after this, it's just, I think it would be stupid to think we're shorting after this. And I think people will get trapped into shorts because people think price is coming up Oh, it's a liquidity sweep, which yeah, technically it can be, but given the fact that we're bullish on every other time frame, people don't trade with the predominant trend. It seems after the amount of people I see trade online, people will just see this and go short, shorts, and some who are clever might go, okay, we'll do short-term shorts to maybe these fair value gaps and these areas of where price is going to want to retrace to, and that would be their take profit. Like if they'll just trade, like let's say we get a 1 minute break of structure right here, and I know people who actually do this. So you would do 1 minute break of structure, right, and then they could target these 1 minute lows right here, or this fair value gap for a 1 to 2. So let's just say that's there, right? Let's just leave that there, because this is what some people do. I mean, I know there's no 1 minute break of structure, except an inverse has just been formed. But like I said, these are super short term things you want to be doing. This isn't something I would actually trade as a model, just because for me it's always trade with the predominant trend and allow trade based off structure, not off. I mean, some people trade like this on their model and that's fine, but I'm not here for that. I'd rather, if you see here we've got a big move, then you'll expect a small retrace, which is exactly what this little live test is, and then we'll get another big move in a predominant trend. Now yeah, the trend could change, but given the fact that we're already about to change trend, so because I'm just trying to word this right, but just for my own understanding, but a trend can definitely change, right? Where we can then go, do you know what? I've lost my thoughts, but it's okay. I'll just see how this live test goes out. But like I said, it's not a model I'd ever want to trade, just because trade with the trend and it'll make your win rate so much better. Like even on any day, if it's a bullish day and you short because we took out highs rather than lows, yeah, you could flip your bias, but again, I would be targeting this, because more than likely when price is trending one way, it more than likely is going to stay that way. So price is trending up, we'll probably get a small retrace and then back up again. Same, because overall we're still bullish, right? Look, we got a small retrace, daily fair value gap, and then we're coming back up again. People think when they short, like they'll see this bearish day and people will be shorting all the way to these, and like market doesn't need to do that. Market will only come and fill what is necessary, especially if we're like trending at all-time highs. It'll just mark out what's necessary, and then once we get a full major structure shift on, say, the daily, that's when we can go, okay, we might get a weekly retracement, a weekly fair value gap fill. Like, look, this weekly fair value gap here will definitely get filled at some point. It's just when. And we need to see a daily break of structure or something like that. And now, yeah, I was definitely short before we came into the market, but price has changed now. We're going to break structure on the 4 hour, and now I'm ready to long. I mean, look, this is playing out very nicely. I mean, there's this 15-minute fair value gap about to form, but my bias is not changing, in the sense that I want to see these specific lows get taken out. This is what I want from market, because this is not my model, right? I do know it as a continuation model. I know this has worked before because I've traded it before. But again, you need to be smart. I can't just go, we've filled this 5-minute fair value gap and enter. I need to give price time to show us what it's doing and show us its intention. Because look, 1 minute break of structure is just a 5-minute retrace, which is what we're getting. 5-minute fair value gap right here. It's filling. It could continue to go up, but again, I'm looking for a proper setup to farm here. So look, we're technically getting an SMT here on these 1 minute lows. So it's things like that. But like I said, we've got bigger, because we've got higher time frame, that holds high power. For me, this 15-minute opening fair value gap is what price for me needs to retrace into, hopefully take out these 1 minute lows on here, and we can create an SMT, because we're already creating an SMT right now. So for me, as long as we can get that, a nice SMT, nice reaction, we can enter with confidence, with confluences on the higher time frame, and go, yeah, this is good, rather than just entering off a 5 minute fair value gap fill and then go, okay, it reacted positively. Like for instance, I was doing this as a live test, right? I was doing this short. So if we went on the 5 minute and we were going to be strict and say, okay, 5 minute, that's what we want to trade, which don't do, by the way. This is not what we're doing. I mean, look, we haven't even actually given a positive confluence out of it, so we wouldn't even technically be entering it anyway. What we would need a positive shift. So either a 1 minute breaker structure, ideally, considering we've broke structures to the downside, I would wait for a 1 minute breaker structure back up. So it would be here now, and then you would put your stop loss below this low here. I'm just figuring out, like, I'm having to figure out all the lot sizes. I'm not going to enter this, but yeah, that would be that. I mean, look, even at that recent high, that's not the best risk reward, but at the all-time highs, look, 1 to 5. I mean, I actually couldn't trade that because I'm on the challenge, so I just set it to a straight 3% on this account, and that would be 50% of the day, because you're not allowed, there's a consistency rule with Top Step, but not on FTMO. The only other issue is that when we're trading on this 1 minute time frame on FTMO, you can get a lot of spread where we'll get entered straight away on Top Step, where we want price to, when we buy, there'll be no spread, but when we buy on FTMO, you might get even a couple of dollars. So like, you could enter like here, like where this is like technically about to enter right now, but we could like actually enter down here, or sorry, up here even, if it was a buy. So even though price, like say their price, we were like, right, okay, we want to buy spread, we'd be like, nope, you're there. So when I said it was like 1 to 3 RR, that changes very quickly with spread, and that's like ruined most of your profits essentially. But the way I'm going to treat this is I'm going to base it all off this, and then any FTMO, I'm still going to take profits at the same area. That's how I need to treat it. So now we have got a 1 minute breaker structure, so I can live test this on a 5 minute fair value gap, because look, we're respecting it. We have started the new what's it called, hourly candle in 4 hours. So yeah, 4 hour breaker structure. I'm happy about that. Let's see what price wants to do. Now let me check NQ. So NQ's just took out all time highs again. Even that tapped the fair value gap. I mean, I think we made SMT off maybe lows. Yeah, so I mean, these are very, very minor SMTs made. Do you know what? I'm going to delete these. It was only a little live test. I mean, but yeah, so it was these lows here, right? 56. Uh, 56. There you go. So small SMT, ES was the better one. So yeah, that's how I would take that. But I'm not going to take it. Like I said, I want to see these 1 minute lows, these 15 minute fair value gaps getting tapped into. That's kind of what I want to see. We didn't see it last week. We only got the 5 minute or 1 minute lows or something. It was like a 5 minute fair value gaps and 1 minute lows, which 1 minute lows is what I'm working with, but I do want the 15 minute gap to get filled here. If it doesn't, then so be it. There's no trade today. But yeah, this is my live test data for this one. Like I said, we're basing this on a similar setup from last week, a continuation model based on a 5 minute fair value gap instead of what I actually want to see, just for data. Like I said, I mean, this is how it's playing out so far. It's in a minor loss. But yeah, go ahead and delete that. I don't need you. I don't need you because we've got the trade running. And yeah, like I said, I mean, that's not exactly right, but there we go, 1 to 3. Looks like we're about to come down. Right, I just need to go downstairs, so I'll keep this running on record, and then I'll be checking it on my phone, and then we can come back and see what happens. Okay, I'm back. So, price is doing something, right? So, okay, we got the 15-minute fair value gap fill, right? We haven't took out these 1-minute lows. However, we have took out some other 1-minute lows. So, I think, so here we go. It was the next set of 1-minute lows, which is here. So, what was that? 244? So, 244 on... Okay, wow. Look at that. Look at that for an SMT. So, 244 lows hit. 15-minute fair value gap hasn't been tapped on NQ, but has on ES. So, we could also see a deeper retrace now. So, what I'm looking for now is a 1-minute fair value gap. Sorry, a 1-minute break of structure and then a 1-minute confluence fair value gap. Probably not an order block, but so definitely a fair value gap, maybe even an inverse fair value gap. That's exactly what I'm looking for now on NQ, because NQ is the one that has given us the better price action. So yeah, ES reacting positively. I mean, we got stopped out on this live test, so we can delete that, but we don't need it anymore. So here we go. We can delete. No, we'll keep them 1-minute lows because price may still want to retrace, so I've still got to watch them both. But I've got to get ready to basically enter if I'm ready to. So let me get on this now. So we're definitely on Nasdaq today. So Nasdaq's pushing up now, which is great. About to get a 1-minute break of structure, and then all I need is a 1-minute fair value gap, which we've also got an inverse here. So okay, now 1-minute fair value gap doesn't seem to be happening. Oh, so we've already inversed this gap. So the way I'd be looking at it, I'd be waiting for this to continue up and then another retrace into this inverse. And then I just need to work out what my lot size will be on... Wait, what are we on here? Okay, right. Let's look for this 1-minute inverse now. I mean, yeah, we technically filled it after entering out of it, but what I want to see is just to tap it again and then a continuation up. Right, there we go, we've tapped it. So if I look now, I'm only going to risk half as well. That's my idea with this. So I have no idea. I have zero idea. What half risk is on this account. I've not even... Wait, let me check my notes dead quick. I've got to see a bullish push out of this. So if this closes bearish, I still need to see a bullish candle. Right, okay. We can enter this. So I've not entered yet because I'm still trying to figure out my... what's it called? One sec. Let me figure this out. And then if I enter, I'll let you know. Okay, so I haven't actually entered this because I've seen here that this was a doji candle, and that wasn't. I realised this after I went off, but yeah, doji candle I don't like because it's not a true bullish intent out. It's market deciding not where it wants to go, and then we've displaced this anyway. So yeah, I'm still happy to look for setups, but we'll just have to keep looking at what market gives. And if I keep checking this, it's very confusing. So I'm trying to figure out the stop loss, because if I enter here, right, there's no way to calculate your stop loss. That's the annoying thing. Because look, there's no thing for me to say, oh yeah, enter this. So how do I even... I literally have zero idea how to... Does this do it? A stop market? A limit? But usually, because on TradingView you would get a limit order, it would come up and it would say, okay, where do you want your stop? Where do you want this and that? Limit price. Wait, maybe if I do the limit price. I really don't want this to enter though. So if I just do it where price isn't gonna... So if I just did it at 23,110, right? Because that's where I was gonna enter. Oh, 23,100 maybe. Because that's where I was gonna enter, around here. That was where I got... Okay, that's not what I asked for. This is not good. I did not... Yeah, bro, this is super confusing. This is why I don't like this platform currently, because there's no straightforward way. There's literally no straightforward way to figure out how... Like, I literally just have to go enter and then quickly go, okay, I've got too much position here, or I've not got enough. And it's like, how do you decipher? How are you supposed to do that on that? How are you supposed to figure that? Look, apparently this is a limit order. Bro, I'm telling you now, like, order settings, show confirm. Like, bro, how do I even... Right. Yeah, bro. I don't know. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep looking out now. Given that prices actually started to come down, I'm probably just going to wait to get the 15-minute fair value gap hit. Sorry. Maybe these 15-minute or 5-minute lows they'll be now. Yeah, these 5-minute lows, if we get those taken out, maybe a hit of one of these 5-minute fair value gaps and then a reaction with an SMT, that would be ideal. But yeah, bro, I do not know how to figure this. Like, what does that do? Save as new layout. Like, there's nothing to calculate orders. Like, bro, I don't know. If I just said one, do I just have to press enter? Like, look though, I don't... Because it's putting the price in there, so surely it would be like, yeah, you can enter that. Buy at 23,100. So if I press buy, why has it entered me right now? I don't get that. Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, this is so dumb. I'm gonna see if they have a Discord. So we've got another SMT here. I'm just trying to, if we look here, SMT off these lows, so yes, could be one to trade right now. And given that this is off 5-minute lows, this is way better. Rather than the 1-minute lows that we were looking to trade off. And I would have lost that, by the way, if I stayed in that. Or if I'd entered it, I would have lost. So now we can look again. Because we took out these 1-minute lows. NQ hasn't. Oh, okay, so we already took out the 1-minute lows, and then NQ's come down to take out them lows. So yeah, we'll look for an entry now. What I'll have to do is I'll just have to click buy and sell at market order, and then figure. It automatically imports my stop loss on these, but that's not great. Like, yeah, it'll quickly let me figure out, but I need to figure out my stop beforehand. We are climbing lower, which is fine. See what NQ's doing. NQ's climbing lower. Like I said, we can be getting retraces now before our next move up. Here we go, 15-minute gap being filled, which is different to, yes, it's because the gap was here. So the gap was here on NQ, but it doesn't even exist there on ES, so... Oh, we're getting a bigger push down though, I think. Oh, come on, bro. Give us that push. I literally just need these lows taken out. 5-minute fair value gap hit, and I can look for longs on NQ. I'm also in the Top Step Discord. I've asked how to calculate risk before entering, because it's just stupid, man. Like, TradingView, you literally pressed buy up here in the top left corner or sell, and it would come up like market, limit order, and then you could even set take profit, TP, how much risk, and it would literally tell you what you're risking and where you'll get stopped. This doesn't. You just have to enter with your pre-selected 1% risk with, and that'll, however many lots you have. Bro. Bro, this is not moving down. Yeah, I think I'm just going to want to see these lows taken out. These 1 minute lows and then the 5 minute gap. I mean, we've broke structure on NQ. Have we got like a 30 minute gap maybe? Oh, in 3 minutes we will. So I'll be using this next. The 1 hour gap, another 30. See, this is the only annoying thing about these trades, is because you'll enter a trade, right? You'll go, I've used the 15 minute gap, we get a reaction. Like, let's say you, oh, okay, that's a nice push. Let's say you entered like this, right? And then the 30 minute gap forms when you've entered, right? And then price wants to go, oh, okay, now we want to hit the 30 minute gap, which is fine. And you're like, cool, get reaction, enter. And then the 1 hour gap forms. And then it's like, what do you do, bro? What do you actually do? And this is exactly what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted, which is brilliant. I'm so glad that trade messed up, because, I mean, look, yeah, if it was easy to enter, I would have entered 100%. I'm not going to hold that, but obviously it was a blessing in disguise. Oh, okay, we're taking out the lows on these now. So but we haven't hit the fair value gap. There's this bigger 5 minute fair value gap, right? We've not hit that on NQ. We've only hit the first one. So we can still look. We can still look for these reactions now. And look, we've got perfect gap to inverse on both, probably. Yeah, here we go. So, bro, honestly, okay, wow, we're pushing way down now. I really don't know what's happening now. Maybe we are getting shorts when I said before people were taking shorts. Well, I don't even remember what my live test was because we deleted it. Oh, it was like here, so even like 1 minute break of structure or something, maybe. There you go. Okay, that's hit a 1 to 3 already, maybe. Yeah, 1 to 3, bro, that's crazy. But that's the thing, I mean, like, people would have took these shots and 100% would have done okay with them, which is great. But what are we doing, bro? That's insane. I mean, look, we have made a move up on the hour, so an hour retracement can easily be justified here. So if I mark out 50%, where is 50%, bro? I swear these had a line in the middle. Is this like in between one of the lines? Why is there no line above this, bro? Oh, I swear, bro, I put this in before and it's just not there. Middle line, I literally had this the other day and I saved it and it wasn't. Right. So that's the 50% level, right? Let's just mark that in like some random ass colour. Fuck it, let's do orange. Orange is the 50% equilibrium for the 1 hour. And probably the 30-minute as well. Okay. NQ. Let's do this 1 hour. So NQ is a bit different because ES has just been one big. 4 hours, sorry. We're looking at 4 hour equilibrium, not 1 hour. Shit. Okay, that's okay. The reason I want to tag this because we could easily get an SMT off the 4 hour equilibrium. 4 hour equilibrium, sorry. Both are just as, it's still a valid area. And we also had, actually, if we look at, so that was, I'm just going to do this in like a sky blue maybe. There we go. So ES has took out market open lows, which is great for us because look, market open lows, we've just tagged the previous day high key area, which I'm really ignoring that, but market open lows, NQ showing more bullish intent. $30-minute fair value gap fill. Bro, I'm confident in this. This looks like a good setup. Only if we get the right reaction though. Like I said, look, this is what I need to look for now. 1 minute break of structure. 1 minute continuation. Did we hit? So we haven't hit 4 hour equilibrium, but we got close to it. Oh, I also got the answer on Top Step. They literally said, there's no way. However, how I've been doing it. So if I entered a long, it would have to be. I'm on the wrong one here. So if I entered a long, right, I would just have to enter it see where my risk is at, and then it would have to, I would just have to calculate it like that basically once I've entered, which is stupid. And they said there's some question mark. Oh, there you go, support. They've just said I can, because I said there's no reason that shouldn't be a feature, right? Like, why wouldn't you have that as a feature? It's so dumb to me. When every other platform had it. When TradingView had it, when literally every other platform has this feature. You can calculate stop loss. MetaTrader has it. Do your stop loss and calculate your risk beforehand, before you're entering. How is this Top Step X? They've got rid of every single platform. So, and they're only allowed to use Top Step X now. That's what they're doing. And they're saying because it's the best thing ever, which is, maybe it is. I don't know. But when you don't have a simple feature that lets you calculate your stop loss and your risk before entering a trade, bro, it doesn't make sense to me. So, NQ, bro, we've made moves. Like, look at this. Even more so, like market open, I thought it rips from market open. Look at that. That's insane. And now we hit equilibrium. I'm wondering if ES has took out lows, pre-market lows. No, but we hit 4-hour equilibrium on that. I'm just trying to think what might have. Now we're gonna. We can still get an entry. Like I said, it's gonna be half a risk. I'm not risking everything. Honestly, bro, I mean, I'm happy to not trade today. I just have to, like, there's not much going on, is there? So, I say not much, there's a lot going on, but, jeez, bro, like, what is this? I mean, the 30-minute is respecting nicely, which I really like. So, yeah, I'm really liking the way this is going. And what we've done is as well, we've denied any 1 hour fair value gaps opening up, and we've hit 4 hour equilibrium already, all before PM session. So, okay, this might have a small one alpha IGAT, but like, we've denied that, right? And then ES hasn't hit. It tagged this for equal highs, and then we've still got all-time highs to hit. So what I would do is, I would probably just stick with the NQ trade, because this is the one with the, I would say, the higher I mean, they're both 5 minute bearish now. But if I can hit the 15, so the 15 minute. Okay, 15 minute is both bearish on them. Sorry, bullish still. But NQ has much better buying power. So I'm going to stick with this, and what I would do is, my take profits would be on ES basically. So I would wait for ES to hit these and then go, okay, let's close on NQ. That's how I would play that. Or you could just target these highs here. So like, if we got a 1 minute break structure, we could just go, there you go, that's it, that's the trade. But again, we have to see the reaction, we have to see good price action, or we don't trade. And nothing's that, maybe we'll get an SMT off these 1 minutes now, but bro, it's boring. Trading is boring. Like, once you stick to a system and truly stick to it, yeah bro, it's just boring. I don't know what else to say. But I'm gonna watch the cycle and see what's going on. I'm just gonna mute my mic whilst this plays out, because nothing's going on right now for me to enter off, so I just have to keep waiting. So, oh no, my mic fell. So it is 4 o'clock now. I obviously have a 90-minute window, so I'm letting this play out. So I'm looking for a 1 minute breaker structure because look at this. We've SMT on pre-market lows now, which is a great SMT. Let me just check the hourly, make sure it's not like Baroque structure or some shit. 30 minutes fine, 15 minutes fine on NQ, and this is the bullish one, right? So this is the one we're showing bullish momentum. 30-minute breaker structure, so it'll be a 15, and I don't think there's an hourly, no. So like I said, look, we're really making moves now, so I'm gonna let this play out. I think it would be unfair not to, so I usually give myself like a 10-15 minute leeway. So if we can get this, I mean, we're about to get a breaker structure. If we get this fair value gap fill and continuation, I'll give this an entry. Just I'll do 0.5% risk on this account, and then I'll do, what's it called? I'll do 1% risk on the 70k funded challenge on FTMO. So yeah, 1 minute breaker structure. Let's wait for a fair value gap, continuation, even an order block. We have an order block here. So I know it tapped it before it broke structure, but we're gonna wait for either that or, I mean, look, of course this one gives the better reaction, but you know, it's no sweat. But yeah, I'm just gonna look for this. We'll see. If I enter, I enter. If I don't, if from 10 minutes in now nothing happens, then I guess we'll be done for the day. So super close to an entry now. Oh my goodness, my mic needs to not fall over. Yeah, I'm liking this now. Inverse for value gap, cross with a fair value gap. Let's just adjust that. Filling it. Have we filled it over halfway? Yeah, we've tapped halfway. Oh, just there. If we can get the continuation here, because we already broke structure and we're still 1 minute bullish order flow. If we can get a full reaction upwards, I'm going to enter this. Like I said, we're within our leeway threshold because a setup was forming. Look, 58, 59. We got the SMT with the low pre-market lows, so I'm still confident in this, you know. So I don't just want, because look, that's a positive thing. I know we're in bullish order flow, but I still want this like this new continuation of higher highs and higher lows, and then I will enter. We're looking for, if we go on 30 here, that looks about right. So yeah, we just gotta wait for the push up, be patient, and just get ready to buy or sell, whatever we need to do, you know. I say buy or sell, obviously buy. And we also got a breaker structure down on the ES, but not on NQ. NQ still bullish on all time frames. Look, no breaker structure, only 5 minute, which is really good for us, and that can easily change. So yeah, I'm trusting that. Just gotta wait for this, be patient. If we don't get it, if it comes down, then I'm not entering the trade. If we, I don't know, I mean, either take out these lows or probably broke structure to the downside. I'd probably just leave it then, or invalidated this gap. If we invalidate this setup before I get a chance to enter, then I'm just going to not trade for today. You know, tomorrow's a new day, but yeah, inverse for value gap and fair value gap. Even this order block being respected, here, this whole down move here is an order block, so the fact that this is respected, we traded out of it, but not fully, so yeah, let's just see what happens. Like I said, I said 10 to 15 minutes, so like I said, I can't wait forever. If this just chops or something, then I'll leave it, but yeah, within the next few minutes I need to see something happen in the direction. If it goes against us, I'm done. If it doesn't, I'm done. If it does go in our direction, then I'll enter happily. Let's see what's going on. Okay, maybe this looks like another SMT form. So many SMTs form. Once you understand SMT divergence, you just see how many form over the course of a session, open or close. Look, I'm not entering until we get that breaker full structure shift upwards. I mean, we already are in bullish order flow, so and we've still not took out pre-market lows, which is another good SMT. So yeah, and we've made an SMT off these lows, on these lows here, so come on bro, just go up or down. I don't care which way it goes. Like I said, we're reacting based on structure. Like I could just go, yeah, I'll enter, but it's totally against what we're for. So it's just so annoying though, like, because imagine, right, because market moved all this way up, right? Imagine if we came down here and just did this before, pre-market lows, SMT, and then continue up from there. Dude, that would be such an A+ setup, and that would be a full risk setup, and obviously it'd have been a good trade, but we never know what's going to happen with market. Like I said, it comes up, everyone's probably entering longs. Some would have won off shorts today, which cool for them, But yeah, then we come down and actually take out lows and SMTs are formed. Bro, it looks like we're not getting what we want. Like I said, if we invalidate this gap, I'll just call it quits. Looks like market doesn't want to invalidate me yet. Okay. I'm still gonna... Okay, I'm still gonna want to see a push above this high here. Because technically we could make new structure here, but I want to see a push past this. I need to see really bullish intent, you know? And if we don't get that, that's fine. Okay, never mind. We're pushing down. And there we go. This is why we don't enter trades without valid confirmation, because I could have easily have gone based on, like, look, this could have easily have been an entry. 100%. Oh, sorry. 100% an entry here, right? Which would have got stopped. So, just for reference, what we would have done is we would have just targeted these highs. So I would have targeted like that maybe as take profit one, this 1 minute highs, and then really there isn't much else to target. So it would have been all the way up here, but at the same time, I would have just had to have done a free risk reward, which is here. So I would have just set my stop loss to break even at here and then just let it run. But you know, it's sorry, I wanted to enter here actually, so it probably would have been closer up here. Oh, there we go. Look at that though. As soon as why has it done that, bro? It was here. So there you go. At those 1 minute lows before, that would have been our take profit for the 1 to 3 for the day. And then obviously on my fund, on my FTMO, there's no consistency rule. I can pass in. I think there's a minimum amount of trading days, but you can literally just buy 0.01 lots and you'll be fine. So yeah, damn bro, it's super disappointing. It is what it is. Because look, we're starting to get these setups now, and I'm still pretty sure longs will play out over the long term. But yeah, bro. Such a shame, dude. But it's just how it is sometimes. Like I said, we can come back tomorrow and try our best. That's all we can do. So why is my internet stopped working, bro? Well, this is great. Well, that's working. Oh, I don't know what happened there. But yeah, it was such a good setup for this. I mean, though, even now, I still think these setups are going to be really good. Maybe we can live test something. Like I said, it's gone out of my range now, and I would just be, even if it won, like, I would just be going against my rules, and it's not, you know, it's not worth it. It's not worth the, it's not what I'm about. I'm not gonna, wait, maybe I can do the practice account. We got a practice account here, so why not use it, eh? 1 minute breaker structure. So then let's see if we get a fair value gap fill and entry off of this. See, it's so annoying because if we didn't take out pre-market lows, this would, I might have even entered this. It's just because we've no SMT anymore, which sucks. But it's good live test data, I suppose, you know, if it works or if it doesn't work. And like I said, we'll just target a straight. This will be our main take profit, but like I said, it'll be a 1 to 3, wherever that is. So look at this, bro. This is setting up perfectly as well. I know, like, I could say to myself, well, look, the setup's setting up, why not enter? But, you know, we haven't got the full SMT, and it would be. I'm also been trading on the charts for 2 hours now, so it's like mental fatigue and saving my mental, you know, my psychology. It's not just about, because yeah, I could enter and win, but you know, I'm tired, so. Yeah, bro, we're about a 5-minute break of structure. Nothing, bro, not even a entry model. Right, I'm gonna sign off. I might go over this tomorrow. I might just leave this here. I'll cross everything else off, but I'll just keep the take profit targets and just see if it hits. Because yeah, bro, I'm tired. I need to come off these charts now. So yeah, I'll let's just put this to like a realistic entry point would have been fair value gap fill, continuation out of it. So somewhere like here. So maybe we would have to do that. Look at that, bro. That these highs are basically the ones for you. I mean, I'll put it there because that's basically it. But yeah, I'll let's just take everything off here now. Oh wait, do you know what's going to be easier? Let's just do that. And do this. There we go. There you go, that's the... Let's just call that the live test, eh? I mean, there's not even a setup, like... That's the smallest fair value gap ever, like... Bro, I'm not... This would be the gap that is needed. So, anyway. That's it for today. We'll see what's happening tomorrow, you know. Got another day. Got another chance. Let's find out. Oh, right.